Welcome back to my channel. It has been a little while, to say the least. I know I just uploaded a video that I filmed back in December and didn't have the heart to edit and upload until now, so I figured it was time to sit down and film a life update, but not make it that serious and kind of turn it into a get ready with me. So we're gonna get ready together today, grab popcorn, light a candle, put a blanket on, let's just get cozy and chat. To start off with my makeup, I am going in with the Benefit Pore Professional Primer. To say that I have been going through it would be an understatement, and I think you can tell just by the condition of my skin right now, but we are going to get into all of that. While this primer is setting on my face, I go in with the NYX Brow Glue. I just talked about this in my empties video. I absolutely love it. If you have been with me for a while, 5 years next month, which is absolutely insane, then you know that I have struggled with infertility, unexplained infertility, which is just so much fun. I had my second frozen embryo transfer on December 4th, and I decided I didn't want to film any more of this process. I'm gonna tell you I put way too much of my life online, as I'm about to fill you in the last 3 tragic months of my life. So I decided not to film the process. I had filmed the first failed frozen embryo transfer, and that sucked. IVF is a long journey. It's been 2 years for me, 5 years of infertility, a couple miscarriages. So I just wanted this one to be between my husband and I. Whatever went down was just our journey, and that's how it was going to be. Now that my eyebrows are laminated, I'm going to go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless filter, and this is in shade Fair. And I'm just hitting my cheekbones and my nose. On light makeup days, this is pretty much all I use with concealer, eyebrow gel, mascara, and blush. But I want to take my time with today's makeup since I have so much to catch you up on. Our second frozen embryo transfer stuck. So on December 13th, I took a pregnancy test at home. It was the night before the blood work with Boston IVF to let me know if I was pregnant or not. I decided that I didn't want to find out alone again. I didn't want that phone call. So I decided I wanted to do it at home with my husband and either celebrate alone with him or not celebrate with him. So we found out that we were pregnant, and I will insert that footage here while I do my makeup. Here is frozen embryo number 2. Time to see if it worked.
You sure?
No, I want you to.
You want me to? Why do you put all this pressure on me?
I mean, enough pressure is on me.
You gonna come with me?
Go with you where?
It's in here?
It's in here. Shut
Where?
the door.
Oh, fuck. Should I just go look? Did you already look?
No. No.
It's really good.
Let me see.
Yeah. Alright, go easy. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Stop crying, stop crying. Stop crying, stop crying. Babe, happy, happy, happy. Stop crying. Shh. Shh. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop, stop. What is this? Yeah, it worked.
For foundation, I'm going to be mixing the Makeup by Mario and Haus Labs. Do like a pump and a half each, and then I'll just blend the rest out on my neck if I have too much, which I am going to have too much. I like to go in with my foundation brush and just buff it all into the skin, and then I'm gonna go in with my makeup sponge to just smooth it all out, well, thin it all out. So to say that the first trimester was a roller coaster would be an understatement. I'm going to spare you all the day to day, but pretty much Boston IVF was preparing me for an ectopic pregnancy because my HCG levels did not double, and then they decreased, and then they plateaued, and then they shot back up. So I was going for blood work and ultrasounds literally every 2 days to Waltham. Pretty much everyone for 4 weeks was preparing me for an ectopic pregnancy and then a miscarriage. So I defied all odds for a time, and my HCG levels skyrocketed. And that's when they were bringing me in for weekly ultrasounds, and we were monitoring embryo and then fetus's growth for I think up to 10 weeks. So it was cool. A lot of people don't get to experience that. Typically, if you're pregnant, they wait to even see you until I think 10 to 12 weeks, and that's when they just do blood work, or maybe it's 8 to 10 weeks and you just do blood work, where because I was an IVF patient, I was able to monitor like literally from the very beginning. So during the ultrasounds, we saw growth, obviously, went from a little black dot to seeing a heartbeat and a brain and a spine, and then a stronger heartbeat, and actually getting cleared and discharged from Boston IVF. So I graduated Boston IVF and was able to now go see my OB. So things were good. I was pregnant and in the clear. Something that I did not understand until I went through it was when you go through a frozen embryo transfer, you're already 4 weeks pregnant, around that mark, depending on how quickly like the embryo has hatched and developed. So when I found out that I was officially pregnant through the blood test through Boston IVF was December 14th, and I was 4 weeks pregnant, which is crazy. It's so crazy to think about. So all was good. I was in the clear, things were going, and I was pretty much just waiting for my second OB visit and second ultrasound. On January 19th, I received a meeting request to go meet with my director and my sales manager for insurance, and I got laid off. It's kind of crazy because I was sitting here making top sales producer and insurance videos for you guys, and then things just honestly took a turn for the worse, I would say, in the last year. Because of COVID, a lot of carriers went bankrupt. They did not predict COVID, obviously. They did not predict labor going down. They did not predict labor costs going up. They did not predict all of the chip shortages for vehicles. They did not predict all of the ships getting stuck on the Pacific last year. So we're like in the ports. So it was a whirlwind in the insurance world, and a bunch of carriers went bankrupt, which meant a bunch of carriers no longer wrote business in my area. Before I go on, I'm going in with the Charlotte Tilbury Contour Wand in Fair Medium. These are so messy, it's absolutely ridiculous, but here we go. Because a bunch of coastal carriers went bankrupt and were no longer writing business, that meant I could no longer write business in my area. I was working out of a coastal office. I live on the coast. My clients are on the coast. It's just unavoidable. So my director and manager pretty much said, listen, we cannot grow in this area. We have no plans to grow in this area. They're out of the Boston, Quincy area and like Western Mass and Connecticut. They are owned by a carrier, which isn't common in insurance. I don't know if you even care about all of this, but pretty much their bottom line did not care about growing on the coast, and that's where I was. So I got the snip. So yeah. That happened on January 19th while I was 2 months pregnant. Found out that I no longer had work. Because my husband and I haven't gone away in a while, I think it had been almost 2 years, we decided that we were going to go to the Dominican for our 5-year wedding anniversary. I had never been. It was like a last minute trip. I think we had booked it like maybe 2 months before. So we left on January 22nd. But before we left, we had noticed that our dog, Callie, you've definitely seen her in videos or all over my Instagram, had a large bump on her throat. So as soon as we felt the bump, we made the appointment with her vet that week, got her in 2 days later, had it aspirated, and went on vacation. So while on vacation, on our 5-year wedding anniversary, I receive a voicemail from her vet stating that she has thyroid cancer. I have to laugh because my life has literally been an epic, tragic shit show the last 3 months. So we get the call that she has thyroid cancer, and of course immediately go into panic mode. Her voicemail to us was, see an oncologist immediately, this cannot wait. So while we were doing research, we learned that typically dogs have 3 months to live once they are diagnosed with thyroid cancer because it spreads so quickly, and by the time you noticed a lump or a tumor, it's usually already attached to the thyroid or spread to the lungs. Thank God for my soon-to-be brother-in-law, I'm just gonna call him my brother-in-law, who is a vet on the Cape. He immediately stepped in to caretaker, protector, everything while we were on vacation. This was the 3rd day of our trip and we were there for a week. So we literally just sat around crying every single day. Vacation was not fun. It was not fun at all. And I was sober through all of this. So I couldn't even like have a glass of champagne or take a shot to just completely let loose. Not that you need alcohol to let loose or to take the edge off, but it would have been nice because it was not a good week on vacation. Obviously you saw earlier, I used the Kosas concealer to just kind of like spot correct, but now I'm gonna go in and use it as a highlighter. It's definitely not the right shade for me. I need something lighter and brighter, but it's what I have, so it's what I'm using. So we get back from vacation, all is well. Our dog is scheduled for surgery, and the surgery isn't guaranteed to work, mind you. So we're still like stressing that everything's going to be okay. It is the night before. I have to let this chill for a second, so I'll just talk to you while it sets on my face. It is the night before Callie's surgery. I am 11 weeks and 6 days pregnant. And I had been uncomfortable. We were at the grocery store and I was uncomfortable. TMI, but if you've been pregnant, you understand. I was constipated. I had not been able to go to the bathroom in a very long time. I was able to go that day, and then I figured it was just kind of like leftover stress from not being able to go. So being uncomfortable throughout the grocery store, I didn't think anything of it. I just thought discomfort. And then we were home getting ready to eat dinner. When you're pregnant, you go to the bathroom every 5 minutes. I'm not even kidding. It's literally every 5 minutes. It's insane. And when I went to go to the bathroom, I did not even have time to pull my leggings down before blood came shooting out of me. The only way I've been able to describe it to my friends and family is like your water broke. And again, this was my 3rd pregnancy, 3rd unsuccessful pregnancy. So I don't really have any right to compare it to, but that's what in my head it would feel like. I immediately screamed for my husband. He ran into the bathroom, and in the matter of seconds, I went into a full-blown panic attack. I was shaking, I couldn't breathe. I was screaming. It wasn't fun. I got myself cleaned up, and while I was cleaning myself up, I saw that there was a blood clot, so I immediately knew I was having a miscarriage. This miscarriage was not like my last 2. They've all been kind of different, but the last 2, my body was holding on to the pregnancy, if that makes any sense, where this one, my body wanted everything released as soon as possible. So we went to the hospital. They took extremely, extremely good care of me. I can't even tell you how nice the ER doctor was. with me, with us, literally crying with us. I won't say it was a long night, it was a very short night. Like, it started and finished within 4 hours. The reason I say it was so different is because my second miscarriage, I was in the hospital for, not for 3 days, but in the span of 4 days, I was in the hospital 3 times because of it. And this one was just done. Literally done. Took 2 years to get to that point, and it was over in 4 hours. I feel so stupid talking about that and then being like, next I'm going in with my Rare Beauty blush. I didn't even have time to process what had happened because the next day we had to wake up very early in the morning to drive to Cape Cod and bring Callie in for a potential for a surgery that she might not make it out of. I just felt like I was gonna lose 2 babies. We brought Callie in for her surgery and we stayed at my sister's house while my brother-in-law operated on her. Surgery took longer than it was supposed to because the tumor had already started to attach to a main artery leading into the thyroid. So the beginning of the surgery did not look promising. She lost a lot of blood, but once they got through that little part, I'm sure it was a lot, she was in the clear. And they got her out and they got her stitched up, and I'll go through a couple of photos of what her neck has looked like and what life has been like the last 2.5 weeks. I feel like to say it was the worst 48 hours of my life would not give any of it justice for how terrible it was. But we got the call. She was awake. She did well getting out of anesthesia. She was already standing up. She's just a psychopath, like, honestly. I love her, but she's a tough cookie. So while all of this has been going on, we have been updating our kitchen and we have been updating our living room. If you hear anything in the background during this video, that's my dad working on it right now. So we put wall paneling in our kitchen. We live in a ranch, so it's very long. So the walls in our kitchen and in our living room, oh, I'm gonna have to hit that with the spoolie, are ridiculously long. And it's just boring. I don't know what to put on a very long wall in a kitchen. So I decided I wanted wall paneling, wainscoting, I don't know what you wanna call it. But that just finished up this week. We painted everything a warm white, the same color in this room. We have very warm wood floors, so I wanted to get rid of all of the cool tone nudes that they had painted this house and just go with warm white, really open it up. Our house faces a weird way where we don't really get a lot of sun. There's one room in the house that just gets blasted with natural light, and everything else has big windows but doesn't get it all. The house really does look brand new. We're gonna do the same wall paneling in the living room once it's all painted. I cannot find this anywhere in a full size Huda Beauty setting powder. This one is in pound cake. So it's cute, it comes with a little sponge, but I'm in love with these little makeup puffs from Amazon. So it's really messy to use. I hate the packaging of this, but the powder is phenomenal, so we are going to make it work. I have not decided if I want to stay in the insurance field. I love insurance, I really do. I geek out about it, but in my area, it is a bitch to write. Finding the right agency to work for is extremely hard. I've worked at, I would say, like a decent size, not boutique, but like a decent size, and they were good. They were good. They were a lot of coastal. I left them for a bigger opportunity, and the last agency I was at was too big. Way too big, way too corporate. So my next move, I'm definitely taking my time with. I want to make sure it is the absolute best move for me, my future, my career, whether that be I stay in sales in a different realm, or I stay in insurance, I want it to be an insurance agency, insurance carrier that I want to stay with for forever. Like, I'm done moving around. It's very annoying, but it is very common in the real estate industry as a whole. You will see people leave every 3 months, every 3 years. Like, some people leave a lot for different opportunities, different reasons. There's just so much that goes into it. No matter how much blush you put on, it always ends up muted immediately. So I'm going to go in with NARS Orgasm and just hit the top of it before I set my face. Just spoke about this in my empties video. I'm pretty sure this is the same product I showed from December. So good. That amount was not necessary, but my skin has been so dry lately. I like to take a notepad. I need to buy a fan off Amazon and fan my face so that it dries down. While the setting spray is still settling into my skin, I'm going to go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat in Pillow Talk. This is definitely my daytime shade, and Iconic Nude is for anything else. As always, my favorite lip gloss ever, and has been for at least 10 years, ooh, it's a freshie, is the NYX Butter Gloss in Madeline. It really does look phenomenal on top of any color, any shade, any tone of nude lip liner or nude lipstick. It's the perfect topper. I absolutely love it. So I got a lash lift before I went to the Dominican, and my lashes are cooked. So I'm going to try and rescue them, but if this mascara doesn't look like it's doing justice, it's just because my lashes are an absolute mess trying to grow back in. I cannot French braid, by the way. These are twist braids. If you want a tutorial on how I do them, let me know in the comment section. Actually, now that I am back, let me know what type of content you want to see. I am ready to film again. I missed filming. I miss editing more than anything, which I think everyone hates the most about filming content, and here I am loving absolutely every minute of it. Let me know in the comment section if there's anything that you missed that I used to film, or you would like to see me try and take a whack at filming. I'm definitely up for the challenge. And also just thank you for sitting down with me and listening to me ramble about how shitty life has been lately. I know that's not the course or the trajectory that I am on. It's just a bump in the road, and things will get better. Slowly but surely they will get better, and I really do believe that. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next video.